I think a lot of people are thinking about niches improperly. Or let me say this another way. I think about niches a lot differently from the way a lot of other people are thinking about picking niches. Now, I guarantee that you will get more clients at a higher price and a more consistent basis if you have a niche for your web design business. But you don't pick the niche to get the clients. It's not like, oh, I'm going to build websites for dentists and now suddenly I'm going to get a ton of clients. Instead, what you end up doing is you create a solution, and the solution has a purpose, and the purpose of the solution naturally defines the niche, right? So you're not just arbitrarily pigeonholing your business for no reason. You're creating something that creates an outcome, and the niche is the people who want that outcome. Let me give you an example. It's like, see this thing right here? This is just like a little rubber rod or something, like a little rubber bar. And I twist it with my hands. Like when I'm not, I do a lot of typing, obviously. And when I'm not typing, I like to twist this thing because it kind of loosens up my forearms and hands and kind of helps prevent carpal tunnel syndrome and stuff like that. Right? So it's like, okay, this bar helps people that type a lot. Because if you type a lot, your hands might get cramped up in your wrists and carpal tunnel, all that stuff. And that's the audience for this bar, right? So it's like, if you type a lot, you might like this because this helps people that type a lot because of twisting the thing. Now, what if I said the niche for this thing is web designers? It's like, and maybe I'll sell this to web designers because web designers type a lot. It's like, well, what is there about being a web designer that makes this good for you? It's like, well, you type a lot, but what if you're an author? Or what if you're a virtual assistant? Or what if you're a transcriptionist? It's like there's tons of different types of people that type a lot, right? So why would you unnecessarily limit your audience to web designers for this product when you could be offering it to a variety of other people that type a lot? You see what I mean? So like the purpose of the product defines the niche. So if you know how to build websites, why would you limit yourself to only building websites for chiropractors? Or why would you limit yourself to only building websites for roofing businesses or something like that when you could be building websites for everyone? Well, the answer is because your offer needs to include more than just the website. It's like an entire lead generation sequence, right? Like the reason people want websites today is for marketing purposes. Like website design is marketing. And I think a lot of people overlook that concept because it didn't used to be that way. It used to be the case that web design was more of an artistic endeavor. It was more like the branding side of the business. And like people would look at your website and there would be some status because you have a site and other people don't or something like that. Like back when things were just getting rolling. I've been doing this like 20 years. And so the evolution of why people have websites has changed a lot. But today, websites are marketing. It's like the entire purpose of the site is to get more calls and to sell more stuff and to get more clients. And it's like there's a marketing initiative behind web design. So if the purpose of the web design is marketing, you need three things. You need to figure out where's the traffic going to come from, how do I convert the traffic to leads, and how do I convert the leads to clients? And the way that you do that three-step process is different for real estate agents compared to window replacement people, which is different from e-commerce businesses. It's like, you see what I mean? It's like the audience is defined by the traffic leads clients sequence, right? Like the thing that you do to get traffic for an e-commerce business and how do you convert the leads and how do you convert the leads into customers? It's like you're going to be talking about stuff like abandoned cart recovery and checkout page optimizations and how to charge for shipping and like all of these types of things. And none of that really applies to like a roofing business or something like that because they don't have checkout pages and they don't have abandoned carts or whatever. You see what I mean? So it's like the offer that you create, like the solution that you create has a particular purpose. And that purpose defines the audience. Like in the same way that this thing has a purpose, which is to help prevent carpal tunnel or maybe alleviate some of the symptoms if you type a lot. And so you're leaving a lot of money on the table if you say, I only want to sell this thing to web designers because web designers type a lot, overlooking all the other type of people that type a lot. Now, if I said there's no niche for this, I'm just going to sell this to anybody. It's like, well, if you don't type a lot, you don't need it, right? So like, what if you do something else? Like, what if you run track? It's like, this is probably not going to help you too much if you're like a runner or a sprinter or a long distance marathon runner or whatever. It's like those types of people don't need this unless they also type a lot doing something else. But you see what I mean? It's like, this is not for everybody, but you don't want to unnecessarily pigeonhole your business into only doing one thing for one group just for the sake of picking the group. And if you flip the switch a little bit and stop thinking about the niche and start thinking about what's the purpose behind my work, like what outcome can I create for people, that's really where you want to be. And then what you'll find is that the outcome that you create for people only applies to a subset of the types of people that you otherwise might be thinking you want to build websites for. Like we talked about, like the way that you get leads for e-commerce businesses is different for the way you would get leads for local businesses, for example. And so that's the point of this message here today, is when you're trying to figure out like how to pick a good niche, it's not so much just about the niche itself, it's mostly about what does the solution do, and then you offer that to the people that need that solution. Now, having said that, there are definitely some niches and some types of solutions you might want to put some thinking behind that are better than others, right? And so like if you're thinking about, well, how do I find a niche audience to build a solution for, check out this next video over here and we'll go through like a bunch of different niches, including like a 4-step formula for how to even figure out if one of the niches you're thinking about is worth building an offer for. But check this out. It's like a whole list of like $10,000 and up niches for web design.